YouTube already. Cool. I'm going to start off today with a quick intro of what we're doing and how you can sign up, because this is going out public, and this is going to the Mixitecture Facebook group, to the YouTube channel. And if you want to get your tracks reviewed with us, you need to join the Track Feedback crew. So I'm going to start off and just show you how to find Discord, get in there, find us, and become part of it. Turn that off. So we are in screen share. First thing is looking at the internet, and the first thing you got to do is get Discord. Now, Discord is basically a separate program that has a network connection where you come in, you can chat with people, you can post stuff, you can have comments, you can do video interactions. It's like a whole other web browser. It's not a website. It's like a platform like Zoom or Skype or something. So go to Discord, click download, get a copy of it for free, open it up on your desktop. I recommend desktop. You can use it on your phone, but the video and audio connection is better on desktop. Then what you do is join us in the Mixitecture Discord server. Almost messed that up. So servers are like, if you think of Discord as an airport, then every server is like a different airline or a different gate, and you go there to go to a different place. So you can see on the left side of the screen, there's just a couple. There's Ableton Live, that's like the Ableton Company Discord crew. And there's Abracadabra, which I found from Twitch. And here's Mixitecture. So you'll join the Mixitecture server and see all these channels on the side. You can look in the top left to see which one it is. And then down the side, there's new members, news from Steve, general talk. All these channels are similar to the stuff we would do in Facebook, where you post a link, we talk about stuff, people chat, people comment. But the difference is it stays organized in these sections. So like on Facebook, you have one big, giant, long thing that goes down forever. And if you want to find a post, you have to scroll and look for it. And Facebook is always changing where the most relevant. It's annoying, you know, trying to find the comment you want. With Discord, you have all these channels where you can just go directly there, and the conversation is always there. Mastering help, record label contacts. These are all public channels that you can join right now. Then, if you want to get hardcore and make progress with your music and get tracks ready for release and make them sound amazing and get feedback from other people so that you know it sounds amazing. For example, maybe your room has a bass problem and you need somebody else to tell you the bass levels sound different for me than they do in your studio. It's amazingly valuable and helpful. And you can see we have these channels over here. There's electronica, hardstyle, hip hop, house, and then inside the house section, we got a lot of house producers. These are all threads. So if you want to get feedback from people who make music in your genre, you can post in a specific channel and say, hey, this is a house track. I don't want feedback from like ambient drum and bass producers who think it should be 9 minutes because it's house. It should be 6 minutes or whatever. So we have genre-specific feedback channels where what I do today is I just go through and pull out all the links from each one of these things, play them on Track Feedback, talk about them, people chat. TikTok, hey everybody. Randy, Tenka, Jesper, Sheppers, Pivclit, cool. Sheppers, do you have an update on Destroyed Fields? Is that version 5 for today, or did we do that on Wednesday? And last thing I want to just mention is how to find us here. So, and these links are in the YouTube description and the Facebook post. Go to courses.mixitecture.com. This is the Mixitecture members site, and you'll see a couple freebies, free presets, blah, 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 and the Track Feedback crew. You click that panel, sign up in there, and it's like $19 a month, I think, with members discount to get access to all the Discord channels and become one with the Track Feedback crew. And we're really doing a lot of cool stuff. We're going to play through all these tracks today, or as many as I can fit, and that's what's going to happen. So thanks for joining me, everybody. It is Saturday, 12:02. We got OSP in there. And what we're listening to right now is another test mix that I've been working on, where I've been playing with the bass line notes, adding kind of a little breakbeat layer on top. I think we just got to the outro. So my question is, how's that drum beat sound? A little bit like a breakbeat bass line kind of thing. So that's where it's at. I've just been playing with the layers. I'm still in kind of the sound design phase of finding out which loops fit together best and detailing the patterns of the notes, basically in the 8-bar loop world. And then I'm going to take those and build them out into a song structure. But it's not about me. It's about you, Randy. Randy Adams, starting out, track called Green. See what we got. Ah, kicks in right away. I feel it right away. That bass sound. What does that sound? That sounds off pitch. Ba 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 do do. I think it needs to come down a half step. That sound that just came in is like what. It feels like it's one key higher, like piano key, not key signature key. It might be like a white key up or just a black key up. You know, I'm not sure if it's a whole step or a half step, but where'd that come in? I love the beat in the bass line so far. Really like, yeah, 115, that sound that comes in, ba, ba, needs to just come down. Easy to fix. Ah, I like that hi-hat, I like that hi-hat. Nice high frequency on the top end. I think this is a brand new 6 hours only in this track, is that right? You could cut a bunch of hi-hats out here and just have the bass line and the synth. That synth is cool. Kick drum is beautiful. That was a good moment for the lead to come in. I was ready for a sound. Has a really cool like chug rhythm. And here we go into the big breakdown. Is that a piano coming up? The same kick every time, don't tell us that. I never do that. It always works. Okay, that vocal could be louder. I think. Nice effects on the vocal. Yeah, I would like that louder. Good filter motion. Ah, that drop was beautiful. That doubled up house music style kick drum pattern. I want to just hear that one more time. Such an easy way to introduce a new song section. You take the kick drum before the downbeat and add in some eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 2. Super easy to do, and it really, really sounds good. I like that little guitar thing. Is that? Check. Really gives it a nice upbeat. I would take that little chirp sound and alternate it right and left a little bit every time. Just for fun if you want to. Might be fun. I like these synth layers a lot. Well, there's that one that needs to get tuned down, but the way the rhythmic parts of the synths are interacting here is good. Oh, now it gets a little techie with that ride. gonna push it a little forward here. Yeah, that vocal should really be a lot louder in the front to get right up on top. Let's see it. Your production is usually pretty consistent, so I know the ending of the track is you're gonna just build down. We'll get to the very end. Yeah, great. Bring up that vocal a little bit, and the main thing is that one synth, just pitch it down one note or one half step. And we even had a little bit of a ending. Cool. That one sound at 1:15. Bop, bop, da, ba, da, 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 da. And sometimes when that happens to me, there's this really annoying thing that some synth plugins do where the keyboard key that you play is not the pitch that comes out. Like they build a synth patch that's not tuned. So one thing, and this is a general tip for anybody who might not know this, a great tip to do is grab the tuner plugin from Ableton, from Live. It's a Live plugin, tuner, and drop it after your synth, then press the note C or A or whatever. Make sure you know what MIDI note you're playing, and then look at the pitch that the tuner is reading, and if it's not the same, then you're gonna have a problem. Because a lot of times in production, you can take a MIDI track from one synth and just literally drag the MIDI clip over to a different track and have some of the same notes coming from a different sound and then maybe edit the notes or whatever. But if your synth is not tuned to play the same MIDI notes, you can have an out-of-pitch sound even though the MIDI notes are correct. And it drives me up the freaking wall when the companies do that. So a little tip about tuning your synths. Randy, that track is so cool. Instantly, the groove, when it first came in, it was like that. Felt like that kind of 90s bass line, like gunk, gunk, gunk. Great groove, really nice sounds. The mix is pretty solid. Mix is pretty solid too. So bring that back, couple little tweaks, and that'll be done. Now, see, we got Tim Laws. I want to find the Tim Laws track, and I try to play tracks from people who are here. So let's do, gotcha, Randy, cool. Why does this say, sorry, something went wrong? SoundCloud, SoundCloud. By the way, how's everybody doing today? Thanks for hanging out and chilling with me on Saturday. Go, 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 go. All right. So far, so good. Some bass action and a riser here. Something about, I think the reverb might be a little bit too big. That hi-hat, one of the hi-hats is like in a big reverb. It kind of sounds far away. Jasper, yeah. Oh yeah. So we have the sub bass happening down low where the kick drum is, and then a bunch of different bass sounds in the lower mids middle area. Okay. That's that synth part I like. I didn't read the notes on Discord. I'm not sure what edits you did. Could you type in real quick, Tim, and tell us what you changed since last time? That sound is cool. Like a slow lead kind of coming in. And I think I remember the second half of this track was my favorite part as usual. Oh, good. So Pivklet says less crowded in the lows than last time. The vocal, I think, sounds better. I think last time we wanted more vocal. Leave it behind. good effects on there.
We are the night. Leave it behind.
Sort of the sub bass area. Good, good, good. It has a kind of a bubbling texture. It's like. Jesper, I saw your link. I was just trying to pull that up. I like how these beats are building up slow. That bass line is cool. It's coming in slow. This is a good riser effect. Well, last week was all about the false drop with the extra couple bars before. That was a good build-up. I think the snare could be a little louder, and the bass growls a little louder and more up front. Cow, cow. That one. Those little like bass stabs could be a little brighter, a little louder. One thing you could do is make a new reverb. It's like a tight reverb, a short reverb, and put them into the reverb and bring that reverb up. Short duration, so it doesn't get all over the place, but that can add like the brightness on top of the bass notes and pulls them out to the front. Yeah, that build-up was cool. And that synth has that crystally kind of sound. I still think the bass line, the sub, maybe could come up a little bit, or... Caesar, listen on YouTube because I'm doing comments on YouTube. Sorry, I forgot to say that. We're all doing YouTube chat. I'm not chatting in the Facebook group. All right, cool. I'm gonna skip forward and see where this track... Ah, what was that? So we're building down, taking some layers away. That sounds like a nice way to get to the ending. I love drum breaks like this. That was cool. That sounded like an old hip hop drum break, like just hand claps, you know? That was a good transition. And the ending of tracks where it's just beats and a bass line. That's totally mixable right here. There was one sound I want to go back to a couple seconds ago. 612, wow, wow, wow. A little bit of a little bass growl. That should be totally louder. Wow, wow, wow. It's like that gargly bass growl thing. Those can be, if you cut the low end out of those, filter them up to like 300 or 350 hertz, you can really push them loud into the mid-range and they don't mess up your low end. So that's what I would do.
Leave it behind.
Yo ho, mateys. Jesse. All right, and the ending. Cool track, Tim. That sounds good. I talked about it enough. You know what to do. So bring that back, and it should be done soon. What are we going to do? I want to just go back to the beginning of the list. Oh, fantastically enough. Oh, Caesar. Okay, cool. So you're here. This is somebody who is joining a band and working on a track that might be part of that. I think adding synths to a group. That's me pushing up the master right now. Oh, nasty. Is this this gonna have metal guitar on top? Yes. Oh shit. I'm a little bit afraid of what's gonna happen when the drums come in. Oh wow. So what are you doing on this? Are you adding synths only, or are you also mixing everything and like doing the whole session? The guitars are definitely in place. The drums are not big enough yet. Whoa, scary. Sword, like blood splatters on the camera. Right there, we had a little moment where the drums were like popping up loud. The synths are adding something good. And especially the way that the track started with this little synth ping that sets the world of this electronic thing, and then it gets like real aggressive and crunchy. Biggest thing here is the drums need to come up a bunch louder and get that clackety speed metal thing of like taka 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 taka. Jam X. All right, let's see when the drums come back in. That sounds like something a live band would do. All right, I would go with a big reverb on that hi-hat to get it like up loud. Kick drum, filter up to like 90 hertz or even 100. So it's a small, tight kick that's like pop, 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 pop. I like doing it. Okay, I want to spit out a couple of numbers. You might have to replay this a couple times. So for the kick drum, what I would do is imagine you got a kick drum with a mic on it, like an Audix D6 or something. This is not a track for the boof, 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 boof. It's not that kind of kick drum at all. This is like a tight, hard little round kick. So you can high pass filter those up to like 90 or 100 hertz. Boost up at 2.5K with an EQ, like a big thing on the clack, like the clatter head of the kick drum, if you have the drum channel separate. And then probably dip out like 600 or something like that, and get the kick really poppy, so it's a short duration and it can be really pretty loud. And then get your snare drum cracking and hi-hat into like kind of a spacey like plate reverb. Reverse polka drums. And then Oliver said something about the high frequency on the drums. Do we have a cymbal? Crash? Or like, where did these drums come from? Did you actually record the band? I like that. I like that last one. Okay, 336. What a real drummer would do is go psh. This kind of drummer, I think, would almost always end that section with a crash. So I'm not sure if you're programming these drums to make a demo or if this was something that the drummer gave you. I wish... Oh, the drums are sampled, yeah. Put them into a group and do your EQ and compression on the group. So you could EQ some of the samples individually, but put them into a group with glue compressor, like 2-to-1, slow attack time, auto release, crank down the threshold, boost up the makeup gain. And for the toms, that has a cool gravelly kind of texture. And I would pan those toms apart a little bit you can really get rock toms nice and wide. So when they happen, because they don't happen often, so when they do, it's nice if they jump out like or something like that. Mad up metal. So you had a hard time to sit the drums because they're sampled together. I see what you're saying. In general, all the drums could be louder, and I want to specifically comment on the last bass sound. That sound. That growling bass is cool. I could listen to a track of just that bass with some drums slamming it out. Interesting track. Make some edits on the drums and bring that back because that's kind of a cool thing. And the rest of it, like, I like the way the guitars and everything fit together. It kind of does remind me of a little bit like Ministry or Nine Inch Nails stuff when we had a hybrid of like 90s electronic and slam metal stuff. Cool, pretty creative. I don't know if Todd Mavis is here yet. We do have the Matt Schultz and OSP, Oliver. You were in here for a minute, so let's do Vur V3. Sorry if I don't pronounce that the same way you do. That comes in nice and healthy. I was just looking at your track notes in Discord, so you made it a little bit shorter, did some EQing and some spreading it out. Let's see what we got. I'm loving the groove as always. That's a good breakdown to it. A little transition sound. It sounded like a reverse record spinning. Okay, we got the emojis, you guys. Oh, that's great. You got the vocal coming in sooner. I saw what you said, it couldn't happen right away. But last time, that works perfectly right now. And that low sub, that little ooh, ooh, ooh. That little low bass, I think, could be a little louder. The reason is that little bass sound is cool by itself. It's nice and deep, and I can almost like feel it like at the bottom of my throat, like ooh, ooh. I want it louder because at the intro I heard that sound, and I was surprised at how loud the kick drum came in. Like right here, I'm ready to be like this, you know? But when the kick comes in, ooh, ooh. Like the kick and the next bass additional layer is so much louder that when we're in this breakdown thing, I think that little doot-doot could be up more. Nice riser sound. And now we have like a second sub bass layer, so it makes sense. The beat sounds really good right now, but in the middle section, I think you got what I'm doing. Totally in the groove. It's like bouncing. It's like the. production is so clean and good, man. It's just like together. I don't know how to use a different word for it. Okay, so if that's the upper harmonic layer of the bass, it's okay to have that a bunch louder just in the breakdown, then maybe bring it down during the drop, maybe. Yeah, people are gonna like this track. Could go a lot of different audiences. Let me just replay that little transition. Where'd it go? That's a fun transition. Has like a clack kind of. Okay, that flanger sweep thing was super cool, but then the beats that happened after it, I got a little lost. I was like, oh, is this the outro mix out section, or there wasn't like a lot happening after that thing. I wonder what would happen if you took that chorus flanger deal and did it right at 410, right? Okay, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8 bars, right? Counting on my fingers, yeah. I don't know, there's a 16 bar thing with that chorus flanger deal in the middle of it, but the 8 bars after that effect felt a little bit wandering. So I wonder if you could save that cool effect thing for the end of the 16 instead of in between the two parts. Did anybody else feel like this effect deal should go into the like and then into the gap? Maybe. Small detail, but I'm just feeling how the phrasing struck me. Oh, Caesar, yeah, sounds like Disclosure, right? That's a good compliment. Okay, Pivclit's saying the bass sounds right. Yeah, the sub when the drop is in, it sounds great. This is like, get the finger wag going. Yeah, this is done. This track I think is like good to go. Ooh, with a little, hold on a second. Kick drum doubles up. It's so simple to double up a kick drum and it makes such a big effect. Yeah, this is a good track. All those little edits are really keeping it interesting too. That's a good change. Now it feels like the big empty ending sound, a really clear message moving into the outro, but it still has good energy. Ben Sims, oh yeah? Gotta check that out. And let's see, how do we get to the ending? Drink coffee. Put it out, man. That sound is fun. Especially because on a mix out, you can cut the low end out of this on the mixer and have that nice LFO wobble thing come in on top of the track you're mixing into. Right here. I would even make that a little bit louder. And a nice wash of reverb to mix over into... I thought SoundCloud could play 2 tracks at once. That's bullshit. I was trying to mix that reverb tail. Boricua Morena. Yeah. Yeah, Oliver, man, that track has a great vibe. I absolutely want to buy a copy of that and tell everybody else to do the same thing. So give us the link. All right, now we're going into some dub techno with the Matt Schultz. I'm gonna push this up a little bit. And you said this is part of a 3-track EP, is that right? Those famous echoing dub chords. Is there more train station voices in this one? I thought that was people outside. Beautiful reverbs, it's like lush. For something completely different. Oh, by the way, do we have a growing out of minimal update? Do we have anything from you, Pivclit, on the ambient project? Matt Schultz, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it, because I am not hearing any problems at all with this. It's really, it matches your style. It's consistent with everything else you do. The kick and the low end always have that like that. Like it's like a slow bump in the road, not like a bump, but like for the sub, and the mix fits together. Effects are sounding nice. Very cool drones. 3rd track. Nothing today. Okay. Yeah, the only problem with this track is there's like some guy talking on top of it right now. Okay, that's a good shaker. We could use a hand clap or something. Was there a snare in there before? Or a clap? I can't even remember if we had one before. That little rim shot type tap, I think, should be louder. I'm really ready for like... Sorry, everybody, I just have to compare to beginning. Oh, yeah. Okay, so in section 1, that little rim shot tick, it's perfect. It's soft and subtle, and there's a lot of like space. But coming up around this section, I really think another layer of clap snare position, I really think that would add to this section and prevent it from being too ambient. Just energetic enough to like come up a bit. Oh my gosh, eating lasagna and smoking green ones. I'm still drinking coffee. So, I like that synth layer, the deck. Nice delay. Where's Mindbender today? We need him in here. Really great atmosphere, man. The matmosphere. like we're coming up on a gap. We'll be cruising at 30,000 feet today, ladies and gentlemen. If you look out your left window, you can see some clouds. It almost sounds like a typewriter. That's cool. Again, kick drums on the transition. What is going on today? One more time. And that was a faster rhythm. It's like ba-dum, ba-dum, bump, right? Du-du-du-du-dum. So earlier we had the one that came in dum, bum, 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 boom, with like that house pulse of do, 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 equal ones. This time it's 16th note. Du-du-du-du-dum. Working. Okay, the comments that I see are a lot later from the stuff that I say, so I think it's tranquil, but I get what you mean. Is in a reference to when I was asking for like a layer of snaps or something. So the track is working fine without an extra layer of like. And the other cool thing is that this music is very steady. It doesn't get boring, but there's always stuff changing, which is cool. Let's see how we cruise out to the ending. What's gonna be the last sound? Voices in the background. I think that background ambient layer could be louder. It doesn't have to be in your face, but it's just so. The schnips. Yeah, that ambient background layer, it doesn't have to be like totally in your face, but it could be a little bit louder. And yeah, the chord synth is very cool and lush. And I'm gonna stick to it. I would really put another layer of claps or something interesting in that middle section. Maybe it could be like stereo snaps. You can sample that. You can sample that for free. Who else is here? So Shepherds, we did track 5 already, or version 5 already. Danats, Canada, DJ Waters. Aha. We got Jesse with us, right? Maxime, yeah. All right, so we're gonna listen to a little Kimono Breeze. I'm not sure if that's me with the stereo image or if this synth was off left. Where's my cymbal crash on there? The phrasing on that new bass line coming in, I want to count that out a little bit. in on 13, so we had like 8 plus 4, and that new bass line came in on 13, or after the first 12 bars. And it came in a little too soon for me. I wasn't ready for it. So I think you should either bring that bass line in after 8 bars or wait 16, because the structure just felt rushed right there. Yeah, that deep note is good. I totally agree. We need like a singer on this. It's so in that 80s genre. Totally. Stylistically perfect for this stuff, the genre. Almost like a re-space, kind of, maybe? Wow, wow, wow. That's what makes it sound modern to me, is that bass line has a little variation. It doesn't sound exactly like what 80s bass would be like. It's like a dance in the school gymnasium at the high school on a basketball court. Ooh. All right, that snare drum rush was cool, but the drop back in, I want a ride cymbal. I mean a crash cymbal. Come on, please. That's what you get with a major key signature, is that happy, happy vibe. Yeah, the breakbeat feel, nice vibe. Really, can you get some singers on here somehow? See what Belinda Carlisle is doing. Maybe she's available. Okay, let's skip forward a little bit. Ooh. Oh. Oh, good. I was just ready for a change. Yeah, a lot of people do. I do it mostly minor stuff. I don't know why. This major tonality is like really good for commercials. You're like driving home in your new Toyota or something. I'm not saying you should license this, but if you wanted to, this kind of thing would probably be good for very positive audience response, you know? Coming in for a landing. Did you do a little joke at the end? I like it when, like in the first tracks we heard from you, it would get to the very end, and it would be like, ching, like a little bell or some funny sound at the end. Hey man, this is cool. Really the only comment I had was about the bass line coming in at 12 bars instead of 8 or 16. I like all the drum breaks and the little turnarounds and stuff. And I think you could signal the beat return in the middle with a little bit of a crash. And I think also here. So you had the crash on the clap before the little gap thing. I would really... I would keep that clap alone and save the crash for when the kick drum comes back in. Personally, that's what I would do. It's not like it's wrong. It doesn't, you know, fuck up your track or anything. But, oh, you're looking into the world of sync to make the monies. good because this is super positive and it really feels like you could just watch people doing something happy, like we just bought a new mattress or, you know, like happy family kind of music. I'm not making fun of that. That is actually a cool thing to do. And speaking of happy family music, DJ Waters. Oh my goodness. For all your relaxing dinners around the fire with your family during the holiday season coming up, get some DJ Waters records. For your Sunday morning pancake breakfast. So this was just brand new last week, I think, right? I might have to turn this down later. My DJ flow is whack. Yeah, it's getting cinematic. The opening part, it did sound like a Michael Bay movie trailer, like goosh doosh. And then the part with the bugle, I was imagining this thing of like an army on horses from the 1800s with a bugler, and they're going into battle with some like freaking laser beam aliens, and then this is what happens. Like, I mean, why not just go all the way and make that an actual machine gun recording? That reverb. And apparently DJ Waters is like getting some crazy following from his radio show. And it's like, I got some messages from his fans on Instagram. I was like, who are these people? All right, let's skip forward here. How did they get? Yeah, Thunderdome. Really good sound design right here. That snare drum could be a little bit louder. And is there a way that you could match the horn BPM to the beat? I I mean, maybe you want them to be off and different, but you probably could get it warped so that the horn is exactly on with the beats. And it would be like pretty epic. This part is cool. Yeah, this snare drum could ramp up in volume. Do we get that little break sound with the kick drum at the end? Okay, so I have this sense that Ian is laying stuff out on the timeline, and it's like not totally following the same grid pattern all the way through. So I'm getting in and out of my body lock thing. And this part, cool metallic reverb, by the way. It feels like there's a little tiny gap, like dun 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 dun. It's like not totally continuous, and I'm not sure if you're doing that on purpose because this is very disjunct, jagged music. But my perception is that this ending section, maybe you just kind of pasted it in there and threw some other stuff on top to get the sounds working, but didn't really get it locked. But I love these sounds. That's super cool. Yes. Pancakes. And Zwamp. Epic reverb and the ending. Cool. So overall, Ian, your mixes are getting much, much, much better. The average level of the loud parts and the quiet parts are very listenable when you go back and forth and alternate. We can listen to the whole thing, not like in the beginning when it was like, oh my God. Watch the rhythm and timing to make sure that when you get people into a section of beats, they can stay in the groove and everything works together. And maybe possibly get the bugle beat matched with the same tempo as the kick drum. So then you'll get people into this like psychotic trance of rhythm, which would be fun. And who doesn't like a psychotic trance of rhythm? Let's slow it down a little bit and play The Haze from Scott. I don't think Scott's on yet. Maybe he's sleeping, but let's see what we got. Canada.
The rules of McDelivery.
Oh my God.
Upon getting your
SoundCloud ads. Okay, we're gonna do another quick little promo for everybody. Thanks for watching. These are tracks coming from the Mixitecture Discord server. So what I want you to do is go to discord.com. Anybody who's watching, click download, get the Discord program on your computer, which means you can close Chrome, close Firefox, not have any other tabs, no distractions, no ads, no anything else happening. You open Discord as a separate program on your machine that looks like this. And then we go through the tracks and we pick out different little bits of music and play them on the live stream. We got some people commenting. Oh, look at this. I think you got a serious bass problem in your room. There's tons of bass on the track, or you blown your ears. And that's a really helpful comment, not the blown your ears part. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But you know, sometimes you make a mix and in your space it sounds great, but when you make a recording, you find out that your acoustics are changing what you hear and you have too much bass in your mix, and then other people are there to tell you, look, you know, everything's cool except your low end is like woof. So track feedback is a really, really helpful way to make progress with your music and get tracks ready. And you can see in the comments, if you watch this far in the video, everybody's like, yeah, come on, get this track done. Let's hear it next week. We want to play it. So it's a really super supportive group. I love all the people who are here. And, oh, am I not? Shit, I just talked over the whole thing with the screen locked on Firefox instead of actually showing you Discord. Sorry. Current application. What I was pulling out was Discord. Steve makes a mistake today. Yay. I was trying to show you the Discord screen, and I was reading some of the comments on screen. and mentioning that we go through these different genres and pull out tracks from the different channels. So that's what it's all about. And now we can go back to Firefox and hopefully be done with that. Add, dismiss. So please download Discord, join Mixitexture on Discord, and get into the track feedback crew so we can hear your music and help you make it better. Scott Burke, Hayes. And I got to get Jesper's track up, so I am going to switch this back to here. Let me push this up a little bit. That's cool motion in the synth. It's nice and simple too. There's just like one synth, a low end, and some shaker kind of stuff. Good vocals, or sample. Oh shit. Now there's a mid-range melody kind of layer that's a little dark. Huh. Let's see where we go in part 2 of the track. Slowing down.
It's not the way to do it.
All right, so I'm getting the groove from the bass line, but the kick drum pattern is a little lost. Okay, so the bass line, the main low end rhythm is like doom, boom, boom, and it's like a nice dub feel. In between, there's some little kick drums popping, and I'm not sure what they're doing. Okay, so there's a little bit of a kick drum that's not clearly coming through compared to the bass line. So for your mix arrangement in this world, I would have this be like the sub bass line is the bass instrument, like the couch in the room, and the kick drum is like 2 little chairs on the side of it. This is not the kind of techno kick where it's like boom, boom, boom. This is definitely a bass line track, but the kick drum needs to be louder and pop through so we can feel the rhythm of the bass going doof, 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 boom, boom, boof, and the kick drum is doing that little boof, boof, where you're going to sidechain your bass line, have the kick drum coming into the bass and ducking just when the kick drum pops. Maybe like an 80 hertz, 90 hertz kick, not 50 hertz. Maybe a high-end bass, possibly. And there is this other bass melody line that's in the low mid-range that I've been identifying, and it's doing something, but it's not super clear. Let me just roll back a little bit. It's like boom, 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 boom. Do you hear that? Maybe we'll get that by itself. Okay, so that inner voice, I would call it, the bass line that's not the sub, and and it's like dum boom boom boom. That's not getting clearly distinguished enough at all. So it's like showing up as kind of a presence that's sort of making the kick drum and the bass line and everything feel rhythmically scattered. And I would like to have this just get simplified where the bass line, the sub bass and the kick drum are doing their thing on the bottom. And that other voice, I would maybe move that up an octave because there's space in the track, you know, musically for something doing that line. And we first heard it a little earlier, but something about it. I think I got it right there. Do you hear it? It's kind of also, it's doing a little bit of a random pattern. It's like do, 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 do. It's almost like the left hand of a piano. It sounds like a harmonically rich sound. So maybe what you could do is first get the low end out of it and bring it up louder a little bit so we can hear it more as a mid-range tone, clearly like just below the pad synth. Because up on top we have that synth that's pulsing and everything is really cool and constant and steady. In the frequency range below that, which is solidly in the mid-range, there's space for that bass pattern to be doing something cool and feel like a bass without being a muddy, lost in the low end kind of thing. So the first thing I would do is just real quick, EQ the low end out of it, bring it up louder so we can hear it right in front in the mix and understand what it's doing relative to the sub. So if you get the kick drum and sub relationship working, kick up a little bit, and get that mid-range bass out of the low end completely and just say it's not a bass, it's a low end synth, that would help a lot to distinguish what's happening rhythmically and harmonically in the track. Out of This World, good. Oh, you guys talking about Dune. Yeah, it sounds a bit like there's another track going on because that bass line, oh, out of tune and small kick is out of beat. Slightly. Yeah, this track, it feels a little bit like something is like, you want to like pull it all together. I don't know if I have an analogy for that. Like if there's books on the shelf and some of them are upright and then there's gaps and other ones are crooked and you want to take the end and just go so they're all like, you know, like up together. What are you guys talking about? I have not seen this new Dune. I got to check that out. But Scott, this is a cool track because the basic pulse is like doo, doo, doo. I mean, it's a nice chill out groove. Definitely dig it. And I especially like how that synth pulse kept slowing down here. Wow, 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 wow. You're like bringing us to a stop.
It's not the way you do it.
And then that vocal and the beat drops back in. That's super cool. In the theory of build-ups and breakdowns, you don't always have to speed stuff up with a snare drum rush and make stuff louder. You can also use a modulator, slow down the LFO rate on your filter modulator, and get wow, 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 and grab people's attention by slowing stuff down. And then it's like, come here, drop, and stick the beat in their face. Oliver is saying there's so much swing in the track that it gets kind of lost sometimes. That's one way to look at it, but I think I described enough of what's going on. Let's just hear the final ending sounds, because I don't think... Good with the delay, good with the effects. Need more. How is it gonna end? Wow, that's a cool sound. Okay, you know what? You don't need that hi-hat all the way to the end, or the shaker. There's two stereo shakers. You could have those for like 8 bars and then, or, you know, cut them at the end because the synth is so cool and the effects are so cool. Especially that little, wow, like right around there, around 314, chow, that little high frequency like whip sound. Just cut the shakers after that and let the synths float around in the reverb space. Tanka, track not found. Oh, boo. Sorry, bro. If you could pop another link in. Maybe that was set to private. So what do we got? Donats, Benny Blanco. I'm looking to see if anybody else here needs to be reviewed. Ah! Gene Therapy. Coming in solid on the start. I'm gonna put the speakers on and run downstairs and get more coffee. That was a cool transition sound too. I'm gonna pause. I hate pausing, but I hate stopping the music, but I like to point out cool details that other people can use. So today in transitions, we heard a bunch of kick drum bumps, doubling up with straight beats or break beats. We heard LFO rate slowing down as a modulator on a filter on the last track. Now we just got a pitch, dive bomb, and back up, which was super cool. That was cool, I like that. Oh, this mix sound pretty good, man. Low end is working, the synths are always, you always have these nice big synth stacks. They're nice and buzzy and wide. And I like it that you took out that little extra snare drum tap so the beat is like straight. Going up. Entering into the epic zone. Always with the unique chord progressions too. It's not predictable. It's like really good harmonic motion. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to just turn on live and keep producing. But sometimes music makes it better, you know? This bass line is gooey and all over the place. I want to just review how much it was moving around. It felt like it's like, ooh. Coming in from right here. bass is like. That's great. Last week's were pretty rough. Yeah, there's a thick cloud of psychic energy shifting around us. Now the lead is a little bit loud, that stabby lead. That could maybe come down just a little. Something in the upper mids. You can fix that as a mastering thing too, with a little EQ down. Snare drum rush could be louder. Or volume ramp it up. Okay, that works. Yeah, good sound design overall for sure. Drums sound great right here. Little filter going on. Hard side chain. That was a cool sound. I want to hear that again. Awesome sounds in this. And now we're in the outro of 30 seconds. I like the motion in this track where things are just kind of like rising and falling slowly a lot. Like it's pulling back. Okay. Cool. I got the sense the track was getting distant from us at the mix out, and I thought, why is that happening? And then it's a high pass filter, the whole thing. Notice the lows are going to disappear. And then right here at the fading out at the end, high pass filter on the overall sound gets the track to feel like it's kind of rising up, taking off, flying away, and you're not on the spaceship that's leaving. Bo, yes, pro level trance, complicated layers, lots of stuff going on, but this one, I think it's pretty close to done. I mean, the mix is in shape. The structure is definitely working. There's a couple spots where the lead was a little too loud, and you know, whatever, you get that done in mastering and get it taken care of. Really nice. That sounds awesome. I don't have any hard feedback. I'm not sure if I missed comments from other people, but the sound design is super cool, and I love that glide bass where it's going whoop, dive bomb bass. So it's 1:30. We got time for a few more tracks. So Shepherds, that's not new, and we did. Let's do Todd Mavis. I don't think he's here, but we're gonna play Midnight Martini version 1B. Is this exactly the same as what we heard on Wednesday? I wish he was here. No, 3 days ago. No. Yeah, I want to just back up something Oliver said. The greatest trance tracks were more simple. And remember that people were making stuff with like one synth, one drum machine, a mixing board, some guitar pedals, effects or whatever. I mean, 90s trance was just beats, bass, and a couple synths, bass line, you know, arpeggiator, whatever. So you don't have to have 15 layers. I realize modern stuff is super complex, but there can always be a core of simplicity that just holds the track together. Let's bring this up a little bit. Guitars sound great. Piano is we were talking about the right hand piano lead, the F sharp minor 9 chord, right? Yeah, that crunch. Yep. I'm not sure what you did on this. I wish Todd was here to tell us. Drums need to come up a lot. They do feel kind of back. You know what I would do is bring the drums louder and change the kick drum pattern. It's going like a break pattern, which is cool sometimes, but there's a point when I want to focus on the piano and just have like, you know, a straight kick drum without that break thing, right? Instead of having like, I don't know. The tip is to SSL those drums, meaning get the SSL G series plug-in console G if you can and run it through there. The drum fills are super pro. I mean, if you were recording a drummer who was playing at that level, you would put it louder in the mix probably. Really nice feel, nice flow. Track is sounding good. The bass line, I think last week we wanted to bring it down. It came in super big, right? And oh. So I'm hearing some stuff in the piano solo that I didn't hear last week. There's a run up on the high, like higher octave, and then it comes down, it goes with another little run in a medium octave that I didn't even notice before. Check this out. There's the upper one, medium, and it even goes down. That's cool. So I can get more detail out of what the piano player is doing. That's good. Basically, you could bring up the level of the drums on this one and it's gonna be done. It's in shape. You don't have to change the kick drum pattern. That's me talking out my ass. There we go, get the crash happening. Maybe cut off that last piano part to make it feel like the band ends together. Cool. Jesper, I want to play your track, but I cannot play your track. How do I play your track? Today at 1:12. Is that the new link? Beta 50, Area 51 beta? Beta 52? Kick drum mic? We're gonna hear from Tenka. No ads, no ads. All right, cool. Todd Mavis, that sounds good. And it has a really nice feel. Overall, the atmosphere is great, and it's very like convincing, I guess. It actually sounds like humans playing instruments that you recorded, which is a nice thing to achieve even from sample libraries. Oh yeah, Matt Schultz, good point. In Ableton, the SSL is emulated by the glue compressor. Subtle application goes a long way. Kiss the needle. It's the gate compressor in the channel strip that does it. Yeah, it does sound awesome. That is good sounding music. Let's check out what Jesper is going to drop on your face right now. Yeah, boy. What's that high frequency? Wait, do you guys hear that crackle? There's some little staticky on the top. Is that in the track or is that me? I think it's built into the track, a little crackle on the high frequencies. I think this is gonna be good. So is this a new track or is this another one of your old ones? Sounds a little bit more fresh, like not as processed as the ones before. Oh, it says down there, just finished this track today. Feels like the mid-range is really big and the lows are not at the level. I just turned it down and jacked up the low end. A lot of cool bass players doing the growls and moving around. Cool sound design. I can hear that the layers are not really mixed together, right? Yeah, Oliver, I expected a big bassy drop at 110 too, like one of those big clean drops. Is this another build-up? So yeah, you gotta get the low end up and the synth whole group down relative to that. But I feel what the track is doing. This is that part where it's gonna get that big sound, right? Let's skip forward. I agree, that stretchy sound.
Area 50, Area 50, Area 50, Area 50, Area 51. Area 50, Area 50, Area 50.
Area 51, shoot the fire extinguisher.
Area 50, Area 51. Area 50, Area 50, Area 51.
8-minute track. So we're halfway through. is great sound design for the theme and the music and the style. Where's DJ Waters? This is very similar to the Pancakes. Like that bugle sound, snare drum tapping. Yeah. All right, cool. The sound design is great. I can hear you pulled out a lot of layers and really interesting sounds that are like kind of buzzy overall. But the whole track mid-range is just way too big. It kind of has a feel of like the whole track is a build-up and we're waiting for the beat to drop, especially knowing that your other tracks were just so precise on the low end where it was like boom, ticka boom, ticka boom. You know, like we were like blown away. So work on this and bring it back for Wednesday with different arrangement of low end and get the kick drum. Like I had my low EQ boosted up to like 3 o'clock on the mixer just to get it sounding like this. So spend some more time on that one. It's a cool idea, and stylistically, it really has a theme, like Area 51. War of the Worlds, yeah. Everybody, yeah, we want to hear that with a second mix down. Who else is here watching right now? If you're on the stream and you got a track for me, let me know, because it's 1:30, and I don't want to play I want to play tracks with people who are here if possible. So we're going to go to Adam Hatfield, a track called Who's On, and I think this is a new one. Denats. Yeah, I mean, it's messy now, but don't worry. You made the track today with all that complicated sound. Nobody's expecting a perfect mix on day one. Little intro. Maxine, break out with the trip hop, man. And where's Jeannie? What happened to Paraverse? She was like playing the crazy Massive Attack beats. She evaporated. Synth chords louder. That has an 80s feel too. That sounds like Studio. Studio. Raise your hand if you want to hear me sing Phil Collins. Good flow. Mix is not quite in shape. The drum section is holding together, kick drum and the hi-hats and stuff. Overall, the synths and the bass line, I think, could come louder relative to the drums. Because when you make the synths louder, it's going to feel like the whole track is coming at you louder, even if the drums are the same level. Let's see what we get in the break. Sounds like those bass line samples are really short duration, so they could be a bunch louder to pop out through more, like percussive. Bow, bow, bow. I just jacked up the bass EQ. So yeah, bring up those bass line samples a bunch. Track has a nice groove. Usually Denat's beats are kind of sampley and it's like dun dun dun. Ooh, okay, so humanize the stab and pan with a little pan more. Humanized usually means like not so quantized on the grid. Kind of reminds me of like and then do we get a lead melody on top later? There, yeah. I hear something there. Was that always it? There's like on the right side. Was that there before? No. So there's a new higher melody line that's coming in on my right side. More of that. Get that louder. Beautiful, make tropical. Chopped up voice. I would add a little saturation on that to pull it out front, like loudness into saturation, so it's louder and crunchier on the voice. Just me. And if you guys never use auto filter, there's some really cool stuff. If you set auto filter to a high pass filter with that sound, I put it like 600 or 700 hertz, turn it from clean to like one of the vintage circuit models, and this little knob pops up for filter drive. Then you can crank up the filter drive to get more volume and a little bit of crunch inside auto filter. It's such a cool plugin. Yeah, Danat's voice beats are always cool. Nails it for sure. We didn't exactly get an intro to that beat in terms of a riser or a transition sound or a crash or anything. So that makes it feel kind of naked, like here's the beat. You might want to add a transition sound just coming in. Beatboxing some drum breaks for you. Let's see where this goes. And the ending, I would go for the bass and drums breakdown where you cut the chord synth that's been in the whole time, bow, 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 and just have low end. Doo, 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 doo. Yeah, so at the ending section, we just get bass and beats and something to change it because it doesn't sound fresh at this last part. We got 3 basic chunks, here, here, and there. And chunk 3, it's always nice at the last section of the song to have something that's like really interesting that's not just a copy of what was there before, so that as we're getting ready to mix in a new record, especially if you chop out the synth at this ending section, it opens up the high, mid-frequency range to introduce a new record and possibly pull in a melodic element from the next one if you're mixing in key, or to just kind of give us variation in the track. Maybe get with that vocal and play with it into a delay. If you put the vocal up louder, turn it up into a delay return track, and like turn up the delay send and then mute the original and have the delay just like. Scott Burke does a bunch of that. Mindbender does a bunch of that. And that adds variation where the delay effect becomes like a character in the song with a long feedback, like 75% feedback. And you get I would do that actually. This is what I would do in section 3. Make a return track with a delay, like the Echo plugin, quarter note delay, 75% feedback, and a high pass filter after it. And then put the chord stab in there, bow, 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 bow. Let that echo, take the vocal chunk, put the vocal in there, then mute the original, and let the delay go for a long time with the vocal bouncing on top of the beat. Right away, you can have like 32 bars of interesting stuff just by playing with the sounds. And if you haven't done this before, here's what I would do. Take the channels, right, in session view, turn up the send going into the delay, and then mute your synth groups or synth sounds or voices or whatever. And then in turn, it's kind of like playing hide and seek. You unmute a track with a synth thing, put it into the delay, and then mute it again, and you get one little piece of sound that's going tish, 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 tish. And it becomes like dub mixing where you're just putting a little bit of a sound into the delay, and then you hear the delay echoing. And if you really want to go crazy, you can tweak the filter after the delay or have the feedback start to go above 100% and distort and do all kinds of stuff. Those are little ways to keep tracks interesting instead of putting in a new sound or programming new drums or playing a melody or having like a whole new track, you know, like a whole new element. Yeah, return track with compressor side-chained with the original sound. Holy monkey nuggets. Watch the replay and do that, because that works too. Ducking delays. I think that's built into Echo too. You can expand the parameters and have a thing where it says ducking original sound so that the delay return gets quiet when the dry sound is coming through, which can be kind of fun. And I'm getting a little confused about how many of these new tracks are new, because I think we went through pretty much all this stuff already. So I'm just going to flip over to Discord. If anybody here is watching and I didn't play your track, now is the time to speak up. Otherwise, we could be done. So I can go, as you know, for a bike ride outside. Not even trying to rhyme. Is Weirdo Town, was there an update on that? Updated 29.9. I'm going to click into this one. Let me know if this is a new version or not. 10 days ago. I think we might have reviewed this on Wednesday. So one more time, welcome to Track Feedback for anybody who's watching all the way to the end. This is what we do on Saturdays and Wednesdays, and I love hearing people update their tracks, put in new mixes, do all the comments in Discord. It's so much fun. I wish I spent more time on Discord. And if you don't know where to find us, look in the video notes. There's a link to the Mixitexture member site where you can join the Track Feedback crew, get access to all the Discord channels for feedback. Yeah, actually what? This is new? Is this a new audio file? I'm glad I'm playing it. Let me know if I'm playing the right mix. Got me with the up and down already. Okay, so it says you're working on the boxy frequencies on that opening sound. I remember that. Kick compression, little EQing. Yeah, I remember that this opening sound, it was more like wah, wah, wah. This sounds good. I didn't even notice there was, like the first time we played it, I noticed it, and this time it just feels like I get the rhythm. Oh, Maxime, thank you. That definitely does help. Everybody, if you can send links to Discord to get people over here, that would be great. I like how those hi-hats faded down. Nice transition right there. Oh my God, wait. Oliver's tracks are always so tricky. You think it's in and then there's like a little rhythmic thing and then it hits you even more. So that riser, there was like a something going up. It got louder, it went up in pitch, and the modulation got faster, I think. Today we've had some cool LFO modulators. Let's check out what happens on the drop that makes this so effective. Speeding up, going up. There's one bar and then it hits. That's super fun. I'll let it go. And then you're in it. That is amazing shit. I don't know, I think OSP might be moving a little towards the house direction out of the techno direction. Is there a tiny echo on that clap? Ooh, what's that melody? This is trippy. Hold on. There was a little hint of a melody before that I thought was going to come in more. Right there. I thought we were going to get like a little piano line. Then it kind of comes in backwards out of the delay and it's back. What is going on? I like it when there's something that I can't figure out, but it's like sounds cool. Is this a reversed melody line? Yes. Blink. This guy keeps changing in such a cool way. Ooh. That time stretch feel. That sounds like somebody messing with records in a DJ set, spinning them up faster before the drop. Here we go. That's what I expected the first time. I'm glad it came in here, and it's even better that it took a long time to get here. I would make the first, I'm sorry, to stop. The first part that sound enters, it should get louder. So it enters at the right level the very, very first time, but then make the effect swirl louder. That's okay, but then here, that part, at 252, make that a bunch louder so that we get the hint of the melody thing happening, and then it comes in from like outer space backwards, and comes down, and then later when it comes in over here, we're like totally ready for it. Nice effects on there too. Is that like a super long pre-delay on the reverb? That part should be louder. And as always, get this done so we can buy it. This track is cool. Finger dance. Nice reverse cymbal right there. That was super effective. Signal at transition. I like the hi-hat rhythm. It's like chicken, 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 chicken. I can really hear the definition between the kick and the sub also. The sub is like, it's got like a really subtle swing and beat in it. It's really nice to hear that, to feel it, pulse. Valhalla Supermassive, yeah man. Low pass filter drawing to a close. Wow. No further questions, Your Honor. My favorite part is that little one bar thing with the beat change right here. What is that? The kick and the beats come in first without the bass line, then there's a little swirl, and then the bass comes in. That's why it hits so hard. That That is gonna wreck dance floors when you do that shit. And then drop the bass. Somehow I'm gonna completely steal that technique. Because that's fun, and I wonder if you could do that again. Is that cheesy if you do the same thing again? I think. Yeah, you should do it again right there. When that beat comes in, don't have the bass sub for the first one bar. Because the beat comes in, it goes do-do-do, and then boom, and then the bass comes in. That would be freaking crazy. Hold on, let me see if I can do that. Yeah, that effect was so cool where the first one bar drops without the sub, and then the beat kicks in like a bar later. It's a little bit like a false drop, but you don't lose the gap of actual timing. You just kind of sonically get the thing. Man, I'm going back to the first one. There. Ah, that's gonna be so deadly. Get this track done. Let us play it. Let us play this track. All right, everybody, that's gonna be it for track feedback. It's almost 2 o'clock. I'm getting a little sweaty in here. And great progress, everybody. I'm so happy to hear that everybody's updating tracks, putting in new links, and using the Discord tracks, the threads, tagging the whole group. It seems to be working really smoothly. And coming up this week on Wednesday, we got an interview with Mindbender that I have scheduled, which I hope is gonna happen on Wednesday, earlier in the day, and that'll be pre-recorded and come back out. And I do want to get going with voice channel chats in Discord to get us all hanging out in groups, so that's another project I'll get started as soon as I can. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you can do anything to share the links to Discord and get more people coming in. I would really like to just have this be the home of where we are. Facebook is going through its own little mutations. Who knows what's going to happen with that? I'm still there. I'm doing promo, but Discord is where I want all of us to be hanging out and sharing tracks. And the vibe is so great. What's the BPM? Yeah, it's faster than 120. Slower than 125. I don't know. And send your tracks to PivClip for mastering at Den, DEHN Mastering. Not only is he the Discord champion always on, but he's making some cool music and doing a really, really good job with technical mixing and mastering. So get in touch with him if you need some help. We don't know the BPM. All right, I'm gonna click the button. Boom. Cool. See y'all later. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks so much.